I was landing in Salt Lake City looking for the mountains, and I couldn't see them. I couldn't see the city skyline either. It was all invisible, masked by this gray fog. As a scientist, I knew about temperature inversions, that their cold air can trap air pollution at ground level, but it was still a shock to experience one. I thought if air pollution were always this visible, my work might be easier. I'm a data scientist working on EDF's Global Clean Air Initiative, and I'm used to pollution being invisible. Even when you can't see it, these usually invisible gases and particles are harmful to human health. It's my job to turn measurements of invisible air pollution into visible insights that inform clean air solutions. EDF and our collaborators want to deliver cleaner air for 1 billion people in some of the most polluted places by 2030. Places in India, China, Europe, Africa, Latin America, and the United States. Air pollution is responsible for more than 6 million early deaths each year from heart attacks, strokes, respiratory diseases, and even diabetes. But these risks are not evenly distributed, even within the same city. People in communities that are marginalized, underrepresented, and historically disempowered are exposed to higher levels of pollution where they live and work and play. And this fact has been hidden for years because most cities rely on just a few government monitors that can't see what is happening at the neighborhood block level. As long as the unequal distribution of air pollution remains hidden, so does its unequal harm to the most vulnerable people. And climate change is just magnifying these risks and these disparities. EDF's pioneering work with Google Earth Outreach and local partners in Oakland, California, identified solutions that can deliver cleaner air and do it more equitably. We found that levels of air pollution can be up to 8 times higher at points within just the same city block. How did we learn this? Well, we sent Google Street View cars with air sensors mounted down Oakland streets to record pollution levels every second, and that produced millions of data points. At first, the pollution patterns were hidden inside of this massive data set. When we combined pollution hotspot data with anonymized health records from Kaiser Permanente, we saw how traffic-related air pollution is linked to higher rates of heart attacks and deaths from heart disease in the elderly. Data from these and other groundbreaking studies helped develop a community action plan with local and state agencies to address the problem areas. Oakland and then Houston and Salt Lake City were just the beginning. In London, we helped deploy a network of 100 sensors in 2 Google Street View cars to paint a high-resolution picture of pollution and support policies that are delivering cleaner air. And similar projects are now taking root in many cities around the world. For example, EDF, in collaboration with the U.S. Agency for International Development and World Resources Institute, is partnering with local and global institutions in Indore, India, and Nairobi, Kenya, to target sources of pollution. In Latin America, we are partnering with the United Nations Environment Program to work with cities to integrate hyperlocal monitoring programs into clean air and climate plans. Part of my job as a data scientist is to develop algorithms that help us see what these measurements can really mean. And of course, as much as I champion open data and data science, I'll be the first to admit that data alone does not necessarily spark action. So the data is just one component in our strategy that includes advocacy, policy change, community engagement, education, and the private sector. And with these strategies, EDF is making air pollution visible and actionable to deliver health benefits for everyone.